principal of Marilog District.
Wala po kayo, Ma'am Jamie.
Please help me welcome from Davao City Division. Tel, take it away. Good afternoon, everyone, to all multi-grade enthusiasts, to the team who initiates this training, and to all the participants from Mindanao cluster. Good afternoon. I am privileged and honored to present to you the output of Region 11. So, in this workshop for the weekly home learning plan. Okay, for the insight, this is the collaborative effort of all participants from Region 11. We use the prescribed template based on the OUCI DM 162 Series 2020. Not all activities in the FLM should be given to the learners. So to make the work of the learners not to be so heavy for them, at least we were clarified on the use of these activities in the FLM this morning with our speaker, Sir Lito. No, not to give all the activities in the FLM. Okay, so we should maximize as teachers who are the curator of the learning experiences, the designer of the experiences for the learners, we should maximize the use of the last. So how are we going to do this? So soon as we receive the materials from the national, the teachers should be oriented and study first the materials so as for them to be familiarized with the content of this learning activity sheet. So para alam nila kung saan nila ipapasok dun sa learning plan. Okay? So teachers also should think about our learners because they are not all in the same page. Okay? So give them the activities appropriate for them. Another insight from the participants, weekly home learning plan allows the teachers to have a smooth flow of delivery in the new learning modality. Consider learners' diversity and available materials in the community. So dito papasok yung contextualization. So kung ano yung available, gaya nga nung sinabi ni Sir dito kanina na may mga dahilan kung bakit ginagamit natin yung mga nasa lokal na mga material. Yun yung nakikita. So, relatable yan para sa mga learners. Give the thorough learning activities for the students to learn at home. These include the teacher's simplest way of making activity based on the SLM. Wellness should be part in the crafting of the weekly home learning plan. Gaya nga ng sinabi ni Sir at saka ni Ma'am Rose na as teacher plans the weekly home learning plan, we should consider the learners, their wellness. Is the activity appropriate for them? Hindi ba masyadong mahirap o masyadong madali para sa mga bata? Ayan. So, yun nga, para hindi mapadali o mas mapahirap para sa mga bata, hindi natin ibibigay lahat. Hindi ibibigay lahat ng activities na nandoon sa SLMs kung kinakailangan. Okay. Weekly home learning plan allows the learners to use their time effectively as well as serve as a guide in doing activity at home. Yes. Guide ng bata at saka ito yung magsisilbing letter ng ng teacher para sa parents as to how they will guide their children at home. It takes deep reflection and planning for the performance task to include in the weekly home learning plan since multi-grade teachers has to deal with many subjects and needs. So, kinakailangan talaga ng matinding reflection, no? At pagpaplano kung paanong ma-maximize, magagamit yung mga nasa SLMs at saka i-supplement natin yung nasa last, yung mga learning activity sheet. Integrative assessment should be used for the performance task. Yes. So, hindi kailangan na lahat ng learning areas may performance task. So we can integrate, no? Pwede natin tutuhugin yung mga learning areas. Pwede tayong magbibigay ng mga performance tasks which is matatarget yung across learning areas. Pwedeng hindi iisa lamang kundi dalawa o higit pang mga asignatura. If it's face to face, there's no problem, but in the modality now, especially on us in the Mountain Youth area, according to one of the participants, hardship of the parents in delivering the learning, since they also lack in education or they are not knowledgeable, they are not qualified to be a facilitator of learning, no? Kulang din naman kasi yung sa kaalaman yung ibang parents. Contextualization, localization, and indigenization must employ. Yun nga yung sinabi kanina. And then unified medium of instruction per learning area. So, ano bang MOI na ginagamit para sa asignaturang Ingles, and then the edukasyon sa pagpapakatao, at saka yung iba pang asignatura. The weekly home learning plan should be flexible to both teachers, parents, and learners. Flexible in a way na pwede tayo mag-contextualize since yung material natin is national. Prepare natin ang weekly home learning plan. Nandun yung passion kasi in-envision natin na paano kaya matututunan to ng mga bata ko. So, ganun. So, may passion doon. And then the commitment na kailangan may makukuha yung bata after going through this plan or the activities in the plan. Okay, so Region 11 agreed na nung nakita namin as we studied the template for the weekly home learning plan, the multi-grade setup. The participants agreed to make this plan easy to utilize, especially that we are going to give this weekly home learning plan to our learners at home. We decided na gagawa na yung weekly home learning plan namin na existing ay ganun pa rin yung pagka-prepare namin, pero we added some components to the template. Okay, so customized multi-grade weekly home learning plan of the Region 11. So as you can see, may grade level niyan. We agreed na we will be using a single grade level. Hindi namin ihahalo yung dalawang grade level or more since mahihirapan ang bata. Kasi si bata yung gagamit ng this plan. So pwede si teacher gagawa ng kanyang sarili na naka-multi-grade setup, pero yung ipapadala sa bata sa bahay, yung kung anong grade level lang niya. So, as you can see, the first component there, day and time, and then followed by the learning area, the learning competencies, the learning tasks, and then we included the activities in the last, so the learning action sheet to be accomplished para mapadali sa bata, sa parents or sa mature one, sino yung mag-a-assist sa bata sa bahay para madali niya makikita kung anong learning activity sheet na kailangan i-accomplish, as well as what activities in the SLMs kasi na makikita yan sa learning task, doon na ilalagay. So we added ano yung activities sa last, and then the mode of modality. So, usually, especially yung nasa mga upland, we use the distance learning printed, and then some of the pupils at some of the communities there, may mga radio naman, so pwede siya ilagay dyan. Okay? So, as you can see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then what to do after the week. So, review all modules and check if all the required tasks are done. Then the parent or the guardian must be the teacher, talk with the learners, learning experiences, return of the modules and the learning activity sheets, and claim of the modules for the next week, and then the family time. So we still consider what has Ma'am Rose gave this morning during her talk. Okay. So sa feedback from the learners, hindi rin namin siya tinanggal since this is our one way to communicate to them, no, because we have so much limited time to be connected to our learners. So through this plan, through this feedbacking, so makakausap natin sila. How did you find the task given to them, given to you this week? So what helped you in doing the task you accomplished this week? What task or do you find difficult and why? So we suggest na since hindi naman nila bibigyan natin sila ng assurance na hindi sila mahihirapan sa gagawin nilang activity sa bahay para hindi naman magmukhang pasanin nila yung module na naman para hindi ganun yung magiging dating. So gawin nating enjoyable sa part ng mga bata. So teachers must be friendly in sa atake nila na saan ba yung mahirap? Sige, bibigyan natin ng alternative na activity sheet. So, dun papasok sila. Okay? So, feedback naman from parents. Was it easy for you to guide your child this week? Why? Upon assisting your child, what difficulties did you encounter? So, what assistance do you need from the teacher to help your child's learning? So, as much as possible, si teacher, kailangan friendly, hindi niya, i-emphasize niya yung mga situations ng ating learners at saka ng parents, especially those who are less potential to be facilitators of learning. So, thank you very much. Again, I am Ronnie Celebranis from Region 11. Basta Region 11, Perming Avante.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Ronnie Cel, for your presenting the consolidated work of Region 11. So, later na po tayo mag-comment. Let's now proceed to our next presenter. May I call the Regional Coordinator of Caraga to present the representative of Caraga.
Okay, Ma'am Carmen, salamat. Magandang hapon po sa lahat. Before I will lead or we will do our report, allow me to thank Ma'am Carmen for our facilitator. And the Caraga participants together with our active subject members, Mr. Dan Perennial Sukari from Magusan del Sur and Mr. Marlon Levita from Bisbee City. And of course, the active reporter, Sir Bertina from Surigao del Sur. Sir? Okay, this is our collaborative effort. Before I'm going to have my report, may I ask the participant to please switch off your microphone. Hindi ko ganahan magbasa, mag-report, na lain, magyawit. Okay? Sige, salamat. Sir? Okay, again, this is our collaborative report for the workshop on the preparation of a customized multi-grade weekly home learning plan. So our objective, sir, kita muna sir. Okay, this is the summary.
Wala
The
na ma'am, ito
objective,
po.
wag na siguro yan. Diretso na
Okay
tayo.
na. Ito na po ma'am.
Ah, so again, this is the report of Caraga Region, the result of our collaborative effort. The summary of essential insights, ideas based on the above information. The input from the speaker on the importance of preparing the weekly home learning plan and the experiences preparing revision school executive home learning plan. So here, in designing, crafting the WHLP, the teacher should consider its essential components, which include day and time, learning area, learning competencies, learning task, and mode of delivery. Instruction must be clear, specific, and explicit. It should also be considered the interest or willingness of the learners, thus collaborative planning is essential. More importantly, it should ensure curriculum alignment. It is also based on the class program, of course, no? More comprehensive if it is collaboratively prepared by the subject teacher and class advisor and approved by the school head. So, kinahanglan siya. In making this home learning, we need a template. Ano ba to? Teka muna, may nag-pop up. Hindi ko mabasa. Okay. So na class program, budget of work, self-learning module, and assessment tool. Sir, next slide. Preparing weekly home learning plan is important because it serves as the guide of teaching schedule and pattern in order that the time allotment for a particular period will be observed and the target competencies will be followed. So in this case, just in case the learner cannot do the time allotted, so again, we are going to give extra time for them to do the task. On the other hand, crafting weekly home learning plan is tedious, again, in nature and challenging on the part of the teacher because it needs careful analysis on what specific activities suited to the level of your diverse learners. A teacher should ensure that the crafted weekly home learning plan will guide the learners on the task and on what they are expected to accomplish for a week. Though it is a tedious work, but if we can see the fruit of our labor, so malipay tama nga the students were able or the learner were able to do the task we have given to them and follow the schedule in the weekly home learning plan. Okay, sir. Next slide, please. So this is a sample of our weekly home learning plan to be reported to us by none other than, again, Sir Bertina from Surigao del Sur. Sir, it's your turn. Thank you.
Okay. Okay po. Thank you so much, Ma'am Elena. So again, I will be presenting to you the sample weekly home learning plan of Surigao del Sur. So we have here our sample subject is edukasyon sa pagpapakatao. Hindi po makikita yung ano po. Wait mo. Paano i-change tong ano?
Ang imong file mismo, sir, mo basaha. Tagdi lang diri sa screen.
Okay. Sige po.
Sige.
Ito kasi yung nakikita din, no? So this is week 1, quarter 1, week 2 of edukasyon sa pagpapakatao. So we have here the essential components of WHLP, the day and time, the learning area, the learning competency, the learning task, as well as the mode of delivery. So here, from 8 to 9, early wake up, fix the bed, eat breakfast, for getting ready for an awesome busy body. So this is now the part wherein we consider as the wellness of our learners, no? So have a short exercise, meditation, bonding with the family. So this is what being emphasized kanina ng speaker natin. So let our learner get interested before starting the different activities for this particular week. Okay po. So 9:30 to 11:30, that's the time that our learner will do the different activities for a particular subject, specifically the edukasyon sa pagpapakatao. So ito po yung mga learning competency for this particular subject. Natutukoy ang mga pamaraan upang mapaligaya ang kapwa at sarili sa pamamagitan ng kakayahan at talento. Natutukoy ang mabubuting bunga ng pagbabahagi ng kakayahan at talento at naibabahagi at naipapakita ang may kasunod po sa sunod na slide po. So ito po yung mga learning task. Sa learning task 1, basahin ang bahaging alamin. Ito po ay nasa SLM Module 2, Week 2, Page 1. So ito po yung kinocontextualize namin sa sa region po namin. Hindi na namin sinasali or isinusulat yung detailed instruction because it is already embedded in the SLM. Anyway, they are already guided on the specific page number as well as the specific number of module. So this is also to maximize the space in the paper so that it will not cover a lot of pages in crafting for this particular WHLP. Then, the learning task to same pattern, gawin ang subukin. This is still SLM Module 2, Week 2, found in Page 2. Then, the learning task 3, gawin ang balikan. This is still in SLM Module 2, Week 2, and it is found in Page 3. Then, learning task 4, basahin ang tuklasin, SLM Module 2, Week 2, Page. This is already Page 4. So, hindi ito na-edit. Then, learning task 5, basahin ang gawin ang suriin, SLM Module 2, Week 2, Page 6. Learning task 6, sagutin ang pagyamanin, SLM Module 2, Week 2, Page 7. So, we were not able also to, so supposedly, itong mga competency na to ay may kaupo lang code pa ito. Pero sa actual meron talaga, hindi na namin na kanina. Okay? So, for the mode of delivery, ihatag ang mode ng sa ginikanan. Ito po ay sa mother tongue po namin kasi ay sa grade 1 ito. So, it is expected that the mode of instruction here is mother tongue. So, pero ang ibig sabihin dito, ang module ay ibibigay ng mga magulang sa kanilang mga anak at gagabayan ang mga learners natin sa pagsagot sa mga gawain na ipapagawa sa kanila. Pagkatapos ng isang linggo ng pagsagot ng iba't ibang mga gawain, ito ay ibabalik ng mga magulang sa kanilang guro. So ito po yung parang summary ng mode of delivery. Okay po, ito po yung continuation ng mga learning tasks. Learning task 7, kumpletuhin ang salata sa isa-isip. This is the same module, page 8 to 9. Learning task 8, this is found in page 10, the same module pa din, or SLM. Learning task 9 at saka learning task 10. If you observe, we only utilize SLM because the teacher ensures that all the activities are appropriate to the level of these learners, and considering also the reproduction of this material, as much as possible, if all the activities are found in the module and if it is suited to the level of the learners, so as much as possible, sa mga activity na ito, hindi na gumamit ng SAS yung teacher. So, ito po yung sample namin ng WHLP. Thank you po.
Okay, Ma'am Carmen, yan po ang kakaragay.
Thank you very much. Maraming salamat, Sir
Okay
Ernie,
po.
from the Caraga region. So, sino po ang gustong sumunod? We have presented Region 11, Caraga Outlook. So,
Ma'am,
okay. So, meron pong nag-volunteer. from Region 12. We will call the facilitator from Region 12 to introduce the center. Sir Warren,
Good afternoon.
go ahead po, Sir Warren. Can you introduce po the presenter from Region 12? Go ahead, Sir Warren.
Yes po, good afternoon. Sir Mervin, would you like to please introduce the presenter of
Yes, sir.
Region 12?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir Mervin,
Yes, sir. Mag-share screen ako, sir.
introduce the
Copy ka po,
presenter
sir.
of Region 12.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sir
Yes po,
Warren.
sir. Go ahead.
Dangan na imong barkada na kagtakda papagayon.
Ay,
Good afternoon,
sir,
everyone.
go ahead na po.
Makita niyo yung screen ko, sir?
Yes, Sir Mervin. Kita na po.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Mayong hapon sa tuntanan, mayong hapon sa natuntanan. So this is the collaborative effort of Region 12, Soksagen Region. Region 12 out. So for activity 1, come up with a summary of essential insights, ideas based on the above information, inputs from the resource speaker on the importance of preparing the weekly home learning plan, and your experiences in preparing the division school initiated work weekly home learning plan. So this is the harvested ideas from the teachers of Soksagen. So we must ensure curriculum alignment. So we all know that our weekly home learning plan must be aligned or parallel to the most essential learning competencies ginagamit natin ngayong new normal. It provides clear and explicit directions, employs professional judgment. So, ang binabasihan po ng ating weekly home learning plan is of course our SLM and the supplementary activities from the last. So meaning activities based from the standardized or approved resources, it can provide clear and explicit directions that our learners may understand. Formulates critical and creative questions and set clear expectations. And then the weekly home learning plan will be based on the actual class program. So alam po natin na meron po tayong bagong class program in the new normal. So it must be parallel to the weekly to our approved class program. It shall be prepared by the subject teacher, reviewed by the class advisor, or sa ating MG classroom, wala naman tayong siguro subject teacher because sa isang setting, isang guro lang naman, the subject teacher will prepare the class program and approved by the principal. Dito sa amin, the advisor will prepare the class program, recommending approval ang principal, approved by the district supervisor or the principal in charge. The weekly home learning plan shall be prepared by teachers implementing distance and blended learning. It should be simplified, contextualized, or localized.
teachers should get into the practice of weekly planning since it enforces a regular teaching schedule and pattern, as well as keeping the class program from being sidetracked and diverting from the general plan. It means it guides also the learners on the task that needs to accomplish. So, dito kasi sa school namin, pinapadala po namin, may copy po ang aming mga bata ng weekly home learning plan para guided sila sa mga activities na gagawin nila. Hindi po sila kumbaga bombarded sa mga activities na nasa module because they have the springboard or the guide on what activities o anong oras nila gagawin o sasagutan ang mga activities. And then also the weekly home learning plan helps teachers and parents in keeping track of the day-to-day in school and of school general learning processes as they implement the most suitable and feasible alternative learning modality. So kung modular, kung depende sa lugar kung anong learning modality ang applicable sa kanila. So the weekly home learning plan is essential to the process of teaching and learning in the normal education since it serves as a concrete plan to guide the learners, parents on what subject, objective, and activities should the learner do and accomplish to meet the required competencies in the distance learning. As the parents monitor the progress of their children, the weekly home learning plan will be the basis to track down the day-to-day activities of the children. So nasabi ko na kanina po na dapat may kopya ang mga parents natin para alam nila kung ano ang schedule ng pagsagot ng mga activities sa module. So this is the simple and simplified contextualized template for MJWHLP. Yan po. Tama yun. Yan. Balik mga tayo. Ayan po. So this is one of the sample no, na ginawa. This is for grade 1 and 2. So as you can see, sa learning area, nandyan po ang grade 1 at saka grade 2, competencies, learning tracks, and mode of modality. So, sa paglalagay, sa learning competencies, ilalagay po natin yung mga competencies na nasa MEP, no? And then yung learning task, yung mga nasa module, and kung makita natin na medyo nahihirapan yung ating mag-aaral sa activities sa module, pwede po tayong gumamit ng activities sa last. Ika nga po kanina, so we can choose activities suited to the level of our learners. Ayan. So this is 1 week. No? And thank you. So may kita po ako sa inyo na sample ng weekly home learning plan. Dali lang po isa po muna. Ito po, this is an example of weekly home learning plan for grade 6 lang po ito. Kasi ang style ko po sa paggawa is different yung grade 5 at saka different yung grade 6. Kasi nga po, we are using the monotype of learning in this pandemic. Pero dahil nga meron ng template ng weekly home learning plan for multi-grade, so we can add more columns on this. Ito po yung example, week 3, quarter 1 ng grade 6. Yan po, meron pa rin day and time, the learning area, English, the learning competency, meron po siyang code and then the learning path from the module and the mode of delivery stated there that the parents will submit the module, answer sheets, and worksheets of the pupils based on the date and time scheduled in the designated dropping station. So kasi po sa lugar namin, sa school, each purok, meron po kaming designated dropping station para po sa mga parents kung saan doon na lang po i-collect ang mga modules, mga activity sheets na naansira na ng mga bata. So 1 week din po ito, mayroon oras, 6 to 7, ayan, wake up, after bed, 7 to 8, and then 8 to 11. Yan po yung mga, i-walk through ko na lang po. Ito po yung mga activities na naka-add dito sa weekly home learning plan. So yan po ang report ng DepEd Region 12, SOC Sergeant Ilot Abani Region 12. Maraming salamat po, magandang hapon.
Salamat Sir Melvin Otis for sharing the output from Region 12. So, may we know, sino po ang gusto na sumunod?
Region 10 po. Region 10
Morning.
po.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Region 9.
Region 10
Carmen.
po, ma'am.
Region 10. Region 9. Saka na ako.
Sir?
Thank you, Sir Pedro.
Yeah, Ma'am Jane, please go ahead.
Okay, go ahead po. So, Region 10 is the one presenting. Region 10? Tama po ba? Region 10 po ba? Or hindi ba? Yeah. Region 10.
Yes, sir. Region 10 po. Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am Carmen.
Yes, Ma'am Hilda. Go
Okay.
ahead po. Present po.
I am given the task by our regional MT coordinator to introduce our presenter. Good afternoon, everyone, or greetings to one and all from Region 10. This is Nelda Villegas of the Division of Ingog Settings. On behalf of our regional MG coordinator, Dr. Helen Delante Cabajog, allow me to introduce our presenter today. She is one of the best school heads of the Division of Ingog Settings, and other than me, Joanne Tinumanog, and with her, our active documenter, Ms. Grace Chen G. Galindo from the Division of Misamis Occidental. Take it away, Joe.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Nilda. Once again, good afternoon, everyone. I am Joan Macy Lumano, and allow me to present with you our output of Region 10 for the workshop on the preparation of a customized multi-grade weekly home learning plan. So let's start with the first format. Our first format for our weekly home learning plan is from the EPS of multi-grade in Misamis Occidental Division Region 10, Mr. Ron Ray Portasio. In the format of EPS Portation, it can be seen that since the instruction in the implementation of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan utilizes the self-learning modules in which individualized instruction is being implemented. Hence, the first format focuses on the individualized instruction of the weekly home learning plan. It can be seen that the weekly home learning plan has the name of the school, the district, the teacher, and the grade and section. Moreover, it includes the day and time in the first column, as well as the learning area in the second column, and the third is the learning competency and the curriculum guide code. And in the fourth column, it includes the learning task to be accomplished by the learners. It includes the module number, the time, as well as what needs to be accomplished by the learners. They will be accomplishing the self-learning activities as well as the other activities that they will have to accomplish with the specified time. Next, please.
Also, in the second page, it includes the day and time, particularly Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And in the second column are the learning areas, which includes science, which will be taught for the whole morning, and Araling Panlipunan, which will be taught for the whole afternoon. And in the third column are the learning competency and the LC codes. And the fourth column incorporates the learning tasks, again, to be done by our learners. Moreover, it also includes the mode of delivery, which will be checked if applicable. The mode of delivery, if the distribution and retrieval of the modules in the school, and the second mode of delivery, if the SLM and LAS to be delivered and collected from the learner's residence, and the third mode of delivery of the learning resources, distribution and retrieval points in identified areas in the barangay. And in the third slide,
Joe, let's go to the second template.
okay, now let's move forward to the second template, which is the multi-grade weekly home learning plan. This multi-grade weekly home learning plan is crafted by Mr. Roliel E. Babiera from Hingoog City Division. The weekly home learning plan for multi-grade is indeed convenient to parents who have children enrolled in 2 or more grade levels. This is more useful at the learning process of the multi-grade learners. As you can see in the weekly home learning plan for multi-grade classes, it has the name feature, the type of the learning modality, and also the grade and session. In the first column, it indicates the day and time, which includes what time to be conducted in a particular activity. In the second column are the learning areas. And the third column are the grade levels. The first grade level, a sample of it, is for the grade 5, which includes the learning competencies under the grade 5 learners and the learning tasks to be done by the grade 5 learners. This includes the SLM, the LAS, and the other resources or activities to help them in the mastery of the lesson. And for the grade 6, similar features for the grade 5. It also has its learning competencies, the SLMs, the LAS, and the other resources or activities. This also includes, in the last column, the mode of delivery. A sample of this is that parents or guardians are advised to get the modules from the teacher. It has similar format from Mr. Ron Ray Portation's format, which includes the mode of delivery of the learning materials. And another reminder, parents or guardians need to wear their face mask or face shield upon getting the modules or returning the modules and other learning resources to the school. Hence, it gives us a detailed explanation on how the parents and teachers collaborate in keeping the track of the learning progress of our learners. Once again, this is John May T. Lumano presenting to you the output of Region 10. Abante, the best and yes. Good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Joanne Lumanog, for presenting the output of Region 10. Galing talaga ng boses. Now, let us hear the presentation from Region 9. I think
Thank you very much, ma'am.
it's ready.
Yes po. Can you see now my slide po?
Of course, sir, we can see your screen.
Okay. Okay, so thank you very much. We are very happy to report to you our output on the workshop on the preparation of a customized multi-grade weekly home learning plan. This is the collaborative effort of the 8th Mighty Division from Zamboanga del Norte. We as the multi-grade advocate for our region. So, we are to design a customized multi-grade WHLC which will be used by teachers to plot instructional activities in the SLM and last to be learned by the learner. Meron pong click. Baka may naka-on ang microphone. Thank you po. Hello. Yung microphone po natin. Thank you. So we are to study the fact, no? The multi-grade setup po is in one class there will be at least 2 grade levels to be handled, and of course the number of learners and the teacher always is 1. Then we have the number of days. Then we also look at the existing WHLP template based on OUCIDM 162 Series 2 2019. So, ito po, observing these things, we now give our summative or summary of our essential insights. So, ito po yung mga insights na binigay namin in the preparation of the WHLP or last, meron pong very much. We need to ensure curriculum alignment. Lahat po ng gagawin natin must be aligned. No? Lahat, WHLP man yan or last, whatever it is, we must make sure that it is aligned with our curriculum. Secondly, we are to provide clear and explicit direction doon po sa last. Another point na akong nagustuhan kaya magsulat-sulat o gulos, di lang sa magpakaulaw sa Manila, nga natay mga bastos diri sa Mindanao, magsulat-sulat diri sa Spain, please. That. Okay? So, number 3, we have to employ professional judgment. While it has been discussed during our presentation this morning, we are to employ professional judgment. Kahit na binigay na po yan doon sa SLM at saka sa WHB, if there are prepared WHLC, the teachers are really to look at it can be applied to the current situation of their students. That's why these materials have been prepared so that the teachers are equipped with tools and materials that could address the learning gaps of our learners. So the teachers now have to judge. Ito ang gagamitin ko na activity o itong dalawa o kaya tatlo. Depende po yan sa finally doon sa needs ng ating mga mag-aaral. Number 4, we are also to formulate critical and creative questions. While it is true that the WHLC, the SLMs are really prepared quite in a high standard, but still critical creative questions is still necessary. Kinakailangan pa din po ng ating mga teachers. At saka number 5, we have related doon sa number 2, yung mga gagawin natin na mga activities, we should set clear direction po. So, finally, here is an example. Kasi po, doon sa question number 3, should we contextualize? We agreed that we will just follow the official template. Kung ano ba yung sulat na sa loob, pwede kami mag-contextualize. For our needs po, we just follow what was provided again, this is Region 9, and we are so happy to present to you our output. Thank you, Ma'am Carmen. Back to you po.
Thank you, Sir Pedro, for presenting the work of Region 9. So, dalawa na lang po ang natitira. Sino po ba ang mag-volunteer between the two regions? Farm and car na lang po ang natitira natin. So, sino po ang ating tatawagin?
Car na lang po, ma'am.
Okay, let's have car. Car, please go ahead.
Okay, so I'd like to acknowledge our colleagues from Car Region. So the group is facilitated by Ma'am Rose Isbate, and then our reporter is Sir Norley and viewer.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. This is, once again, good afternoon to everyone. This is Nordi Albior from Car Apaya. So, this is the collaborative effort of our output in making the home weekly learning plan. So, before the start of the class, the teacher orients the parents or the guardians on how to use the weekly home learning plan. Sorry, baliktad. So we come up with this template and based from the template of DepEd. So we have the grade level, grade 5 and grade 6, quarter 1. We have also the week and the day. So in the first column, you can see the day and time, the next, the learning area, the learning competency, and the learning task. So this is a multi-grade setup. So we make or we create a weekly home learning plan and format like that, so that a teacher cannot also, or para hindi siya mahirapan sa pag-prepare po ng weekly home learning plan, lalo na po we are multi-grade po. So, dyan po, we have the wellness from 7 o'clock to 7:30. So, yun po yung gagawin ng bata. Then, 7:30 to 7:45, have a short exercise or meditation, bonding with the family. Then, on Monday, the learner will do the learning area in mathematics. So that is 7:45 to 9:45. Ang ginagawa na ng bata dyan, what I need to know until what's more. And then magkakaroon din po siya ng ng break from 9:45 to 10 o'clock. Pagkatapos ng break niya, magre-resume ulit siya ng 10 o'clock to 11:30. So yan po yung mga activity na dapat niyang gawin within that time. And then, we know that in every day, we have only 2 subjects to do para sa ganon na hindi po maboring yung mga bata. So yung last po, at the end of the activity, maibibigay po yung last sa mga bata kung they did not meet the expectation serve as the remedial or enrichment activity of the learner. So, the following day, ganun din po ang process tulad doon sa mathematics. And then, at the end of the day, or at the end of the week, the learners will have their feedback. So, if how did they find the activities, like that. And then, we have also the feedback of the parents. So, the given SLMs to the learners, it also contextualized, localized, and integrated. Because most of our schools are from the far-flung area. So, may mga activities po kasi doon sa SLM na hindi po related sa location or sa place ng mga bata po. So, that's why we have, we need to contextualize or indigenize the some activities in the different SLMs po. So, yan po, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Norly, for presenting the output of her. Now, may we call the facilitator from for BARM to introduce the presenter. Ma'am Lee.
Presenter ka. Okay po. It's my pleasure to present Sir John Lester Pavilion. He will be reporting for BARM and describe his mom Neverly Grace Picudo. So, Sir
Okay.
Lester.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. A pleasant afternoon to each and everyone. I am Sir Lester John L. Pabellion of the BRARMM of Cotabato City Division. So, in our group, nagkaroon kami ng medyo discussion kanina, pero hindi na makapasok ata si Ma'am Narilyn. Sige, explain ko na lang ho. Weekly home learning plan. So lahat naman tayo, alam na natin kung ano ang pwede nating gawain, alam na natin kung anong proper use ng ating working plan this time, kasi during the pandemic we have all bombarded by the strategies and how to make our learning plans in school pa lang. So we recommend at BRMM that we can use our exemplars given by our different regions. Lalo na kami, yung galing kami sa Region 12, we have exemplars to be our main resource para sa amin. Kasi it's more complete and exact doon sa need ng multi-grade yung nasa exemplars natin. And it's a smart, sustainable, measurable, activity-oriented, reliable, and time-bounded. And also, this time, we should know how to use our time management. The distribution and the retrieval must be observed. And the support of the stakeholders is very important because in our cases, we are in the remote areas wherein the help of our stakeholders is very important in distributing the modules and the learning materials, especially the last. And this And this time, we can get the intellectual corrections from our heads kasi hindi naman tayo perfect lahat sa paggawa ng ating weekly home learning plans. So, hindi ata namin ma-present yung kasi hindi makapasok si ma'am, yung aming naigawa kanina. Pero, the same pa rin po yun sa mga pinag-present nyo kanina. And sa amin sa BRMM, we are giving also the isang bagay sa amin yung security purposes kasi minsan
in distributing, kailangan may kasama kami military or police sa yung mga areas na pwede namin pasukan. So yun lang yung wala doon sa ating topics kanina at yun lang yung pwede namin may dagdag. And thank you very much and yun lamang po. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat po, Sir Lester Pabellon, for sharing the output from your Region 1. So may I call Sir James Bunga for the processing, or if there are questions or issues to be raised, feel free to type in the chat box, or you may raise your hand so we will acknowledge.
Gusto mag-share naman ng mga...
So James, hindi pa namin kayo madinig.
Ay, hindi po madinig, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Okay na po.
Okay. Sige. So, yan po. Yung mga hindi po, mga mahihain dyan, na yung mag-raise ng kamay nila, okay, magsalita, you can share your question. Basahin lang ni Ma'am Carmen. Share nyo lang sa chat box. Okay? And then, para din ma-document din natin. Kasi, every question matters. Kaya kailangan ma-share nyo yun para naman kapag nilay-nilayan natin. So, malay mo, napaka-importante sa yan. So, mabigyan natin ng kasubutan o paliwanag. Okay? So, first, I'd like to give thanks to all our presenters once again from all regions. Thank you for the effort. Talagang kinarere yung mga in-recent ninyong output. Napakaganda. Maraming aral para sa amin yan. Napakadaming learning. Hindi lang, I think hindi lang para sa amin, pati din lahat tayo, okay? Lahat tayo, I'm sure, we have learned a lot from all the presentations. So, balikan ko lang yung mga na-present ninyo. Mapisa pa rin ng linaw. So, we really appreciate kasi nagiging mas linaw sa inyo kung paano gagawin. Okay? Yung multi-grade weekly home learning plan. Kung titingnan natin, nag-i-exist talaga yung practices ninyo dyan sa mga presentation ninyo. Okay? May mga variations lang ako nakikita na siguro we need to, we need to reflect whether or not kailangan ba natin talagang i-consider yung mga details na yun. Kasi may mga ginawa o na-present sa mga learning tasks na simple lang ang pagkalagay nila, and then yung iba naman may mga details pa din talaga. Okay? So, babalik tayo sa requirements nito. Okay? Paso na pag-delete, meron tayong lesson plan na ginagawa mo. Right now, I think hindi na requirements muna sa kanila yun kasi nagmo-modular yung mga bata. And then, before, meron din tayong DLL. Okay? Yung DLL ay daily lesson lang. Requirement talaga yan according to DO 42 series 2016. Okay, so yung DLL ay requirement yan na sa lahat ng teachers. Okay? Pinreprepare nila yan in line with the lessons na kailangan nila i-take up for the day. Kaya daily lesson lang siya. This time walang DLL. But teachers are required to prepare a weekly home learning plan. So ito yung kapalit. Okay? So ang home learning plan na to, or HLP, are designed by our teachers for learners naman. Okay? Hindi ito para sa kanila. Kaya magkakaiba talaga yung content dapat nito. Okay? Kasi yung LT at saka yung DLL, medyo andun talaga, may mga descriptions, kailangan ipapakita mo yun kasi nire-review ng ating mga instructional supervisors pag nag-step sila. Okay? To ensure kung in place lahat ng instructional processes mo at doon dapat i-reflect yung mga kind of questions mo kasi sila yung nag-check tinitingnan nila yung completeness ng entire process of a particular lesson. Okay, titingnan nila. That is why you are required, our teachers are required to write down, okay, some of the details. But in this particular requirement naman yung home learning plan or HLP, medyo mahaba kasi pag-review. Okay, so HLP, tingin ko, lumalabas naman yung wala naman tayong sigurong violation dyan kung hindi natin ilalagay yung detalye, yung mga learning tasks na kailangan i-undergo ng bata. Okay? As long as guided siya, what activity, what page number, kasi andun yung module, andun yung materials hawak na nila. Okay? Hawak na nila. Kaya kanina sa mga report, may mga nagre-report talaga na in-explain kanina yon na they don't need to reflect the details of each activity. Instead, yung activity number lang plus yung mga yung page number kung saan nila bubuksan. So, kasi doon na sa module yun doon na sa module yun. Okay? That is why, para sa akin, what is important to note in accomplishing the weekly home learning class is the purpose. Okay? So, ano pa talaga ang purpose? Why we are accomplishing the weekly home learning plan for the students? So, everyone should be aware of the reasons why we as teachers are preparing this weekly home learning plan. Kaya, ang issue dito hindi pagandahan. Kung hindi, mabibigyan lang talaga ng guide yung mga bata, okay, at ang kanilang parent or guardian. So, kung titingnan natin, pag natin yung ibang detalye, baka nado tayo kasi parang ang atin kasi ang may tutulong natin sa teacher, kailangan maliwanag yung pagpapaliwanag natin sa kanila para ma-simplify yung trabaho. Okay? Kasi hindi naman talaga siya kailangan pagandahin yung design o ano. So, importante talaga doon, mai-reflect yung mga kailangan nilang dapat tutukan araw-araw for the entire week. So, the HLP indicates what students will do for a specific learning area for the entire week as they implement the distance learning module. So, ito pang bahay lang talaga, kaya wag natin isipin yung detailed description ng mga activities like what we do for the DLL or lesson plan, di ba? Otherwise, wala na yun. Parang dinubli na natin yung trabaho ng mga teachers. So, using this learning plan will create, ang purpose talaga dito, to create awareness among learners that they are the main actors, actually, for what they are learning. So, yun talaga yung pinaka-main purpose niyan. So, therefore, our learners should do the responsibility. So, responsibility nila yan to perform the task scheduled for the week. So, kailangan ba natin ang tanong ngayon? Since ito yung pinaka-main reason lang, we are teaching them to become responsible to do the task on their own, yung mga ganyan. So, pinigyan na kami namin kayo paano yung gagawin yung activity. Go on your own. So, the first step is, how are we going to prepare a multi-grade using home learning plan which can be friendly. Okay? Friendly for the learners, friendly for the parents, friendly for the teachers, diba? So, kasama natin silang lahat. Without, of course, sacrificing the element, okay? Yung components na kailangan natin i-flat sa page grade. Okay? That is why, mayroon akong nakita sa mga presentation kanina na they have to consider like magdapat convenient. Okay? Kanina may mga ganun kayo na-mention kanina eh. Dapat clear and explicit. Yan. Dapat flexible. Yan. Mga ganung klase na and ito mga criteria na to creating a more simplified and customized weekly home learning plan. So, the idea is, wag na ninyo ilagay yung mga unnecessary na hindi naman siya kailangan talaga kasi hindi tawag sa pag-aralan ng bata eh. Diba? Na kailangan siyang matuto dito pag binasa niya, matututo siya. Ganun ba yung message ng weekly learning plan, diba? So, pwede rin ka lang to. Okay. For hindi, titignan na dun sa kanyang modo na yun. Pero kung lang titignan mo pa kung anong mga tanong dyan, ay hindi na yun. Parang hindi na siya naka-align sa purpose lang. Diba? So, siguro ito yung kailangan natin paghilay-nilayan when you conduct your rollout training. At ipapa-approve ninyo whatever you will come up for the multi-grade teachers, hindi din sila mahirapan. Papa-approve na sa inyong school division superintendent para magiging standard guide for our teachers. Kasi ano naman I think hindi naman tayo pinipuwersa talaga na ilalagay yung mga detalye, yung mga unnecessary dapat hindi na natin siya ilalagay para hindi naman mag-require ng a lot of time for teachers to prepare the weekly home learning plan, especially sa mga MG academy to sa students. Kaya kanila, presentation na template reflecting two grade levels. Okay? That is for teachers' consumption. But once ibibigay mo na sa bata yun, kailangan niyang hiwala. Hiwala yun kasi treated as single grade na sila. Okay? Kasi naka-individualize tayo. So, individualized learning yun eh. So, hindi pwedeng bigyan mo si grade 1 ng grade 1 and 2 template. So, makukonfuse yung parent at saka yung bata. So, yung template na for 2 grade levels, maganda yan for teachers' consumption. So, talagang kung ako si teacher, gusto ko magkaroon ng compilation to make sure that pagka nag-evaluate ako ng LES, na binigay natin sa kanila, so may guide ako. So, andito na yung complete package. Hindi siya hiwalay. So, pwedeng magiging optional yan. Okay? Titingnan na ng teacher or supervisor which is more convenient sa kanila, di-adapt nila yung ganung klaseng sistema. So, nasa atin lahat ang empowerment. Okay? So, I think kung wala naman kayong nasagasaan principles dyan of coming up or complying with these requirements, I think malaya tayong gumawa ng mga customized teaching and learning materials. Okay? So, yun lang talaga yung pwede kong ma-share sa inyo just to make sure na naka-align tayo sa main purpose talaga of providing the weekly home learning plan. Okay? So, thank you po.
Sir, may naka-raise po ang hand ni Sir Lester Pavilion. Pero bago yan, I think very important po na mabasa itong question ni Sir George ng Caraga. Good afternoon po. Pwede po bang pumili ng weekly home learning plan template? O need ba mag-prepare si teacher ng dalawang template?
Hello, ma'am.
Sir, clarify lang po natin ito and then next will be Sir Lester. We'd like to request Sir James to clarify this. Pwede daw ba pumili ng template between the customized MG template and the template provided doon po sa DepEd order?
sabi ko kanina, hindi natin ito sacrifice.
Sir, mahina ang audio niyo, sir.
Hello. Okay, so, again, pwede tayo mag-redesign ng template, but the components or the elements na sa existing template natin, you have to consider those. Okay? So, consider pa rin ninyo yun. Nasa inyo na rin yan kung paano ninyo, pag sabi natin i-simplify ninyo, titingnan ninyo yung mga existing practices ninyo in terms of indicating the dating ng bawat element. Okay? Halimbawa sa learning task. Okay? Paano niya i-simplify? Halimbawa sa mode of modality, paano niya siya i-simplify? Okay? Na hindi maraming sulat-sulatin si teacher. Okay? Yung mga ganon. Okay? Siguro yung competency, yung code number, yung sa learning areas, those are non-negotiable items. So, as issue yun. Pero dito sa mga learning tasks, ito i-simplify yung mga ganon.
Okay po, sir. Sir Lester Pabellon, your acknowledge.
Yes, ma'am. For this time kasi, ma'am, what we have this, tawag dito, yung good practices in our school is we form a quality assurance team in every time that we are making the templates. Kasi, ma'am, tama yung sinasabi ni sir. Kapag may mali tayo na ilagay doon sa ating mga templates at hindi siya naging quality assured ng ating mga kasamahan sa school, it will reflect doon sa magiging answer ng bata. Tama yung contextualization, kasi minsan yung sa libro is hindi appropriate dun sa community kung saan ka nagtuturo. Ang ginagawa namin sa aming schools, ma'am, this was adapted from Region 12 pa to, sa SOC Sergeant, kasi part kami ng SOC Sergeant before. What we are doing in our school is the quality assurance team check the template done by the teacher, and the teacher will present it to the quality assurance team, and the quality assurance team show to the district office and the division office will do. Kasi ma'am, yung laman po kasi nun ma'am, kailangan aligned pa rin sa MELC and the competency needed. Yun kasi talaga yung pinaka main point dito. Kaya doon sa tanong ni ma'am, kung pwede ba silang mag-modify ng kanilang templates, yes, they are. Kaya nila. Pero, kailangan approve siya ng principal to the district office and the division office. Yun lang po ma'am. Thank you.
Ako, kanina nabanggit ko talaga, kung makapag-come up kayo ng mas simpler, okay? Pero kung sa tingin ninyo, yung existing practice ninyo is parang feasible na siya, okay? Wala na kayong problema doon. Then it's up to you pa rin. So we are just helping you para lang ma-implement natin ng maayos at ma-comply din ng mga teachers, okay? Nang magaan para sa kanila yung requirement. Actually, hanggang ngayon pinag-uusapan sa central office yung weekly home learning plan na to kung paano siya talaga. Kasi iba-iba interpretation ng mga region. So, kaya nga, pinag-uusapan natin dito ngayon yan para hindi tayo lumayo doon sa pinaka-purpose of providing this weekly home learning plan. Ano ba talaga? Something ba na kailangan pag-aralan ng bata? Pag binasa niya to, I learned a lot from this. Parang, di ba? Pagka binasa ko to, I will be learning on the different topics from the different subjects. Parang, yun pa yun? Di ba may module na sila? Okay? Kung sila mag-aaral it's not actually the weekly home learning plan. So, ang weekly home learning plan, dahil na nila yun, anong activity nga ba ngayon ang kailangan pag-aral sa English or sa Math? Diba? So, yun. Now, therefore, kung yan yung purpose niya, ano lang ang essential sa ilalagay natin? Diba? So,
That's the message. I think pagka maliwanag sa atin yun, hindi natin kailangan mag-isip pa kung ano pang ilalagay natin dyan na para bang for compliance lang. Sige, dapat pagandahin niya, dapat ilalagay pa ninyo yung mga tanong na ganito para what's the use? So nagkaroon lang ng duplication ng mababasa yung bata. Samantala, doon dapat siya mag-concentrate sa modules hindi din sa mga papasahin niya in fact, kahit hindi basahin ng bata yan, basta andyan si parent, sabihin niya lang sa anak, ito pala yung nakalagay for today. Buksan mo yung English module mo, naka-outline dito yung 3 activities sa page ganito, ganito, ganito. Okay, buksan mo lang nabasa yan, doon na yung tayo. Pero yung mga instruction bibigay mo pa dyan, parang I think hindi na siya necessary. So, yung sinasabi natin yung mga details na hindi na kailangan, probably, yun yung makakatulong doon sa mga teachers na mapiprepare nila, ma-organize. Kahit siya parang outline lang siya, pero hindi natin sinacrifice yung content na kailangan nilang i-undergo sa bawat meeting.
Thank you, Sir James. Sir, meron lang isang tanong dito from Car. Ask ko lang po, sir, do we have updated or new budget of work for this pandemic? Kasi yung parang clearing of lessons for both grade level or pwede na po ba sa MELT mag-base? Thank you po.
Okay, so nung nag-umpisa tayo nung 2020, nung kasagsagan nung yung ating closure of school. Tayo ay sarado na. Kagad-agad, nag-inventaryo tayo ng mga teaching and learning resources designed for multi-grade classes. Okay? Mayroon kami ibigay sa inyo na nakalagay mo po ito. Na-share namin sa lahat ng regions. I don't know kung nakasave yung mga teachers lahat. Siyempre, last year pa yan. Kung wala, pwede namin i-share sa inyo dito sa training na to, yung memo na, yung kasi doon yung link ng mga teaching and learning resources na na-prepared for teaching multi-grade classes. So kasama dyan yung budget support, yung mga multi-grade lesson plans, yung mga other exemplars natin like integrated multi-grade lesson plans. So, at saka yung mga iba pang mga materials na pwede namin ilagay dun sa inventory resources na yon. So, naka-save siya, naka-store lahat yun sa isang link. Now, pag binuksan nyo yun, siyempre naka-design yun sa lahat naka-design rather for teaching a multi-grade class sa face-to-face. Okay? Pero since ngayon ay tayo ay nag-distance learning tayo, ang treatment natin is individualized. Okay? So, kaya yung mga modular na approach na ginamit natin, walang multi-grade ngayon. So, lahat ay pari-pari yung treatment natin in terms of designing individualized learning material. So, pari-pariyo, but you should use the budget of work as your reference. Okay? Kasi andun sa budget of work, may mga suggested learning activities na naka-grade level siya. Mayroon din doon naka-merge yung grade level kasi common yung kanilang learning competencies. So, para mapapacilitate yung time allotment natin in the actual classroom instruction, ang ginawa natin dyan, minerge natin yung mga activities kasi common lang yung mga learning competencies nila. But pag ginamit mo yon in developing individualized learning materials, you can still adapt that. So, kaya gusto namin i-share yon kasi we do not like our educators to para magre-redesign sila ng panibago. So instead, kukunin ninyo yung mga possible na kukunin ninyo yung mga activities doon. Kasi yung MELCs natin, lahat yung galing din sa physical education. We try to parang in-examine talaga namin yung laman ng MELC. halos walang pagkakaiba sa ating citizen. Ganun pa rin, in place pa rin siya. Kaya yung ating mga materials na naka-align sa P2 curriculum, yun din yun, para naka-align din siya sa MERS lahat. Kaya, huwag niyong sabihin na baka hindi na siya align. So align na align talaga siya. So, pwede niyo talaga siyang gamitin. Halimbawa, mag-develop kayo ng mga contextualized learning activities niyo, mga modules. So, hindi na kayo nahirapan doon kasi ang daming mga activities po doon actually na pwede na ninyo i-redesign na lang. Kasi kailangan i-individualize na ninyo. So, yun yung may suggest ko. If you want, we will share that memo para ma-access nyo yung link. Okay, ma-access nyo para...
Yeah, we'll share po the link. We can request Sir Warren if the link post na lang po din sa GC or today or tomorrow.
Okay, sige. Tulungan nyo, Sir Warren, i-post natin dun sa GT ng na-create for this region.
Yes po.
Para ma-share natin, ha? Okay, sige.
Question lang din, sir, about the, SARO from Region 9. Tinatanong po ni Ma'am Arcelita Zamoras. May we ask if the SARO of the budget for the printing of LAS is downloaded already po? Yes.
Sige,
Kayo na po, sir.
update mo.
Opo, na-download na po. September po na-download na po ito, napadala na po sa inyong mga regional offices.
Good. Okay, so na-download na yung sa guidelines for the downloaded part. We can still discussing it tomorrow. Okay? I-discuss ko yun sa inyo bukas para guided naman kayo kung anong gagawin.
Ayan, Sir James, na nagpapasalamat na lang po sa ng lahat dito sa chat box. All the rest po, I thank you, Sir James. This training will be of great help to all our teachers as well as our learners.
Yes, po. So our intention actually is to help our indie teachers and lessen the burden, okay? In complying so many requirements. As much as possible, kung may magagawa tayo, let's help them, okay? Hindi po mababayaran yung mga maitutulong natin sa kanila. Lalo tigit na ito yung mga vulnerable children ng mga hawak nila. Kaya kailangan natin talagang tulungan. Especially ngayon, kahit mahirap sa totoo lang, marami nga nag-aano sa amin kasi bakit daw MG lang ang ang mayroong learning activities. Sa totoo lang nauna kami dyan. But we can share the materials also to our monograde learners. This time, priority lang natin yung MG teachers. Kaya we try to download 17 million entire Philippines sa buong Pilipinas para magkaroon lang ng printed copies of the LES, yung mga naunang na-develop, yung third and fourth quarters. Pero hindi naman lahat yun mabibigyan. Pero, yung nga sinasabi nila, kahit hindi lahat mabibigyan, maski pa paano, nakagawa tayo ng paraan. So, na maumpisahan natin yung kailangan natin bigyan, di ba? So, okay na yun kaysa sa wala. Okay, Ma'am Carmen, may mga queries pa ba tayo?
Sir, wala na po, maliban lang sa isang when will be the prototype of LAS be available? Coming soon na po yan. The rest po, sir, nagpapasalamat na po.
Okay. So, ang LAS for third and fourth quarters, ilalabas na po natin yan kasi mayroon ng guidelines yan, yung Decret Order 036/2021. I discuss ko yan bukas.
baka next week may isi-send na namin yung soft copy sa lahat ng regions. And then the regions will in turn share the same copies to all divisions. Okay? Yung soft copy na yun, pwedeng isi-share din sa ating mga monograde schools kung ano. Okay lang yun, wala naman. Para naman sa lahat.
Isang pahabol tungkol sa may hardship pa ba tayo for MD this time? Pandemic. Kasi nga sir, parang monograde din ang setup eh.
Okay, kalalabas lang po ng hardship, special hardship allowance ng policy ng Department of Education. Meron tayong, just ito lang, itong second quarter lang na ilabas. So, hindi po kami yung proponents ng policy. Ito ay gawa ng School Effectiveness Division ng DHROD. Sila po yan ang proponent ng policy. So, any query, pwede nyo i-send muna sa kanila kasi siyempre, hindi nag-originate sa amin yan. So, sila talaga yung makakasagot sa mga queries ninyo in terms of special hardship allowance.
The rest, sir, okay na po, nagpapasalamat na lang sila.
Okay, so kung wala na po, again, thank you so much po. Thank you for keeping your participation active until this time. Thank you so much for listening and continue support, okay? To your team, especially to our regional coordinators. Thank you for continuously spearheading or yung mga kasama natin sa ibang division. Thank you po.
Again, picture.
Okay, picture na tayo. Sige po. Sige po, Carmen. Sige po tayo for the third day. Okay? Sige.
Sige po, open camera 14 pages tayo.
Saan ba ako dito, Ma'am Carmen? Hindi ko nakita sarili ko.
Okay.
Ako, ma'am.
Open your cam.
Janet, page 1. Page 1.
Wow, thank you. Page
Meeting
1.
na! Meeting na, mga kababayan. Yan, page 1. Ulitin ko ulit, page 1. Get ready, smile again.
Ma'am Carmen, happy birthday kay Sir Arnel Zaragoza. Yung kasama namin ng mabait na supervisor ng Mati City.
Oh, sir, naka-birthday din na kami.
Okay, page 2 na po. Page 2.
Ma'am Cachadora.
Makapagbanding tayo, mag-meet tayo lahat.
Sorry, ma'am, hindi po buo yung...
Shout out po. Mga birthday celebrator ng Death Row Division.